There's one guy that will have the lowdown on this, I think, and his name is Rez.
What's up, chaps?
What a hero.
Hello, Rez. How are you?
I'm pissed.
Alcohol or mental stress?
The American definition.
Talk us through it, Rez. What's on your mind about this game?
Maybe you need a drink.
all of the things that are wrong at Spurs, that have been wrong at Spurs for some time, were all on show today. Okay, weak mentality, a culture of not giving a shit, and a weak squad that still hasn't been properly addressed. Now, I will acknowledge readily that this is a process. You're not going to fix the utter clusterfuck that was the Spurs squad when Conte first took over in the space of one transfer window. Okay, but the manner in which we went about it this summer was not strategic enough. We should have addressed the weakest part of the squad, which is our wing backs, because they are key to a Conte system. People are saying we need a creative midfielder, we need a creative midfielder, we need a creative midfielder. No, you don't. Not if you have effective wing backs. We have one. And if you want two for each position, 1 out of 4.
Yeah.
Right? Hold on. Sorry, can someone turn? I think I'm hearing some background noise while I'm thinking. Anyway.
We can hear just you and only you in the studio, if that helps.
Okay.
That's all that matters.
Yeah. Okay.
That's all that matters.
So
that's right.
Fuck you, sort them out.
Don't care about the backstage lot.
A creative midfielder would be useful as an option, but it's not a key priority area for what we need. We needed to sort our wing backs out, and then we needed to sort our forwards out, and then we needed to sort our central defence out. Okay, we haven't done that properly. We looked at the central midfield. Yeah, they were good acquisitions, but it's not a key priority area. Wing backs was where it was. We got one decent one, and we got one for the future, and we're still stuck with 2 that have proven themselves to be suspect. And Emerson tonight demonstrated just why he does not belong in a Spurs shirt, because he is not a wing back that is in the mould of a Conte way of playing. Okay, the reason that we don't need a creative midfielder if we had decent wing backs is because the play is channeled through the flanks. True. And then you've got your 5 in your defensive unit to cover if the ball is turned over. And then the other side, you've got 5 in attack to make things happen.
All right, let me ask you a question, just very quickly.
Yeah.
Whose fault is it? Emerson's,
Levy.
Conte's, Paratici?
Levy's.
Right. If it's Levy's, then why has Conte tolerated this? Why has he accepted this and continues to play when there's 2 other options available?
I think he is basically... He's had these discussions. I think he's in it for the long haul, right? He's in it for a long-term project because he's not done that before. And I think he relishes the idea because there's been stuff that he's said about, long-term ideas and, there's a process going on. There's 2 or 3 transfer windows to come and all of that stuff. And I think what he wants to do is to transform, almost in a way, be the Ferguson for Man United, what Ferguson was for Man United. Man United were moribund for since the 60s until Ferguson took over and transformed them, and he turned them into a giant club again, which they always were. They were big, but they'd had very sketchy success. A bit like Spurs, in actual fact. Weirdly, we could have appointed Ferguson, and it might have been us that became the Man United that Man United became. But I think what he wants is a project in which he can turn around and take a sleeping club and turn them into winners again. With that in mind, I'm guessing he's showing a little bit more patience. I'm not convinced after that transfer window, though, that he is going to be given the right tools. Okay? Because if you've got a car that's broken in multiple areas, that isn't working in multiple areas, if, say, for instance, you don't have a decent set of cylinders, right? You don't go and change the dashboard, right? You fix the fucking cylinders. That's the priority area. And the priority area for us was wing-back this season. 1 wing-back in improvement on the left is not enough, right? We should have spent all our time this summer sorting out the wing back position, because your central midfield, your forwards, your central defence, all of those can wait. They can wait.
And the point, Rose, about Conte having this system of wing backs, you'd want the best you can possibly get, right?
Absolutely.
For his system to actually work.
Yeah.
So did we lose tonight because of Emerson then?
Not just because of Emerson. Across the, I said there were multiple problems at Spurs. One of them is still that malaise that sometimes we step on the pitch and it's like we're playing Sunday League. I don't understand why these players seem incapable of showing intensity.
I agree, Rez. It's not even this
We
season,
did the first 15 minutes of each half, though.
It's not good enough. It's not good enough.
It's not enough.
Intensity.
I just don't think they're good enough.
15 minutes.
I'm
mate. It should
watching
be
right
90
now
minutes of intensity.
Right now on the television, I've got Liverpool Ajax, right? And they are going at each other as if it's the final game of their season.
Yeah.
Right? They are ding-donging with each other, okay? It's 1-1, and you can't say which side has got the upper hand. But what you can say is that both of them are going at each other. They want to win this thing. Half the time we step out onto the pitch and it's like, oh, hey, this is nice. Let's have a little knockabout of football.
It has been like that for years, mate. I honestly, hand on heart, I can say it's been like that for years. Every game I go to, like nearly every week.
Okay, Simon.
And I'm sat there going, like, where's the energy?
What hasn't changed in 3 years?
What hasn't changed?
Yeah. Dyer, Davies.
Well, actually, this raises a really interesting point about how teams change their mentality. Like, if you think about
Brian
Klopp,
Hill,
when he started, their whole team transitioned after the first season, like, because it was like, I don't want to have any of this lot here anymore. Let's change the whole thing. Do you know what I mean? So,
Doherty,
the master.
Emerson wasn't even a Conte signing.
No, and I think it's going to take a few transfer windows at the end of the day. Like, that's simple facts. Like, is Conte going to see that through? Hopefully, he does.
Do Kane and Son know that?
I don't think they're going to.
Are they aware of that?
They're not going to stick around forever, mate, because they're.
Rez, you have a burglar in the house. Rez, behind you. Rez,
I know.
There's a burglar. Oh,
Fine.
okay.
It's not a problem. Yeah.
We've got a situation over these next windows. Things have to change anyway because some of these players are getting older, and the likes of Dyer and everything. Like, if you want a team to transition properly, you have to replace pretty much everyone, bar a couple of people that might deal with the philosophy of what you're trying to achieve with it. But there's question marks about the transfers and everything like this. But this game today, do you agree with Stell, guys, that this was a long time coming? Like, have you seen this pattern arising to another performance like we've seen today, but also then resulting in a defeat in the manner that we did?
It was always. Look, I've said we got a decent set of points and some decent results up till tonight, and I've always said that we will eventually lose a game. And when you lose a game, it's harder to sort of rake over the negative. When you win a game, you can celebrate the victory.
Yeah.
You can celebrate not losing in a draw. But when you lose, there's little to be positive about, right? There's very little that you can sort of say, well, this was good, that was good, that was the other. I've tried to be quite balanced when we've got results and said, look, we should celebrate it. Good things have happened. And when I was on the fan show about a week ago for the Marseille game, I said, I was asked, when do we start to worry? And I said, when we start dropping points.
Yeah.
Right? Sorry, man, it's probably okay. No loss. When we start dropping points, we did that today. Okay. Now we start to worry, because when you lose like that, when you are insipid, when you are uninspired in your play, that is something that will continue unless the players take one big long look at themselves and say, do you know what? We are not going to accept that. For far too long, Spurs players have accepted mediocrity, have accepted insipid performances. Loads of times, we're a bit disappointed. We could have played a lot better. Yeah, you could have played a lot better. So why don't you go and fucking do it?
Yeah. What do you think? What do you think then? Because do you think Conte's gone and done a bit of a hairdryer moment after this game? And do you think he's going to change something for the weekend? Or do you think it's going to be like,
I would hope
right,
so.
see how you react, we'll keep the same team? What do you think is going to happen to it? I can't even imagine him being happy at all about today. And he's made it quite clear in previous games. I've come out of the home games, Marseille game and the Fulham game, coming out thinking that was really, really poor. I'm glad we won because it makes my journey nicer on the way home. But I was like, something needs to change here because these are the easier teams or the easier opportunities. Something's going to come along where we won't have an answer to it. What do you think is going to happen?
Yeah. What's the options? What's the
That's
options?
the problem. Yeah.
You know, it's bullshit.
Yeah. So what does Conte do? What does Conte do after this game today? What do we expect on the Leicester game?
It's nothing. All we're getting all of a sudden is bullshit excuses again, isn't it? Oh, Royal, yeah, he's had one bad game. He's shit going forward, but he's a good defender. Bullshit. Yeah. Play Kulusevski at right wing back. Why?
Yeah.
It was part of the front three, best front three.
Give Spence a chance.
Yeah, give Jed Spence a chance. We're just making excuses again
Bob,
for the hierarchy.
Do you know why? And I'm seeing it in the comments. Blame Conte or doesn't use the bench. Do you know why I don't blame Conte? Because we've blamed 14 managers before him. And do you know why I don't blame? And do you know why I refuse to say he's not using the bench enough? If you think those players on the bench are any better than what's on the pitch, I give up. Maybe Emerson, there's an argument. Maybe possibly Longley, but he wasn't that good against Marseille. I don't think there's anything wow that comes off that bench.
The only set of players that you can have an argument over who you should be picking is our front three. Yeah. Because that's the only where we've got an option.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think Basuma changes the game for us. I don't think Brian Hill certainly doesn't. I don't think. Yeah, look, Doherty and Spence might be better attacking. There's no doubt, but are they enough of a dramatic change to swing the game? I don't think so. But
sustainability, Stel, we have this chat on in the
every week. Every week we have it. Every week.
Bob's Bird TV, but it's. I always said, at the beginning of the season, it is all about the points for me, and the performances were irrelevant to an extent. Although we're trying to be too harsh in some games. What my worry is, and I said this morning, is now we have to do something that we haven't done all season, and that's play well.
Yeah,
play well and get results, and we've not done that all season. We haven't done that once, apart from probably Southampton and Fulham.
Even Southampton, we didn't play that well.
No, but yeah, it's about change now. So I know what you're saying. It's time for a change. I don't know what we changed, mate. I'll be honest with you.
Exactly.
What did we change?
Well, let's sack the manager because his tactics are wrong. Let's bring on Brian Hill and Ben and Tanganga and Fraser. That'll win it for us.
Anyone who says that needs to have their medication changed. All right? You cannot change Lloris for Fraser Forster and expect everything to change. You can't change Emerson with Jed Spence and expect everything to change. We need root and branch change at Spurs. And once again, our chairman is reluctant to do major surgery because it's expensive. He has still not learned the lesson.
That's the reality of it.
Football side of a football club is a black hole into which money disappears. Okay? Do not expect return on investment when it comes to the football side of things of a football club.
I feel like being told off.
And shut the fuck up is my message to Levy.
That's fair enough. Guys, is there anything else you guys want to say?
I don't know, mate, but I've been in a coma.
You stop lying.
I heard a rumour, Bob. We heard a rumour.
What's your channel again, Bobby?
Bob's Bird TV, 10:45 Saturday nights, of course.
I've got a channel too.
Yeah, he's got a channel as well.
What's your channel, Rez? What was that?
It's called Shelfside Spurs Show. We're out on Thursday, 7:30. I'm actually flying solo with a special guest co-host on Thursday. No, you're not on it, Si, because
Oh.
I wanted to bring you on, but I've never been able to catch you. But if you would like to come on to Shelfside Spurs
I'm very elusive.
on Thursday at 7:30, we would be delighted to have you.
Stop with the
I'm
bullshit
sure it'll be on.
excuses. Demand better, want better, believe better. Get over
Absolutely.
it. Get a grip, man.
Top four is success though. Top four is a trophy.
Exactly. That's it.
Top four is a trophy.
Yeah. That's the problem. That is the problem. We accept getting almost there. Not us, the fans. I'm talking about the hierarchy. Almost getting there is enough. As long as that money keeps coming in.
Yeah, true.
That's fine. But that difference between being in it and winning it is that much of the battle, but that much of the expense, right? It's that last few percentage points that are the most expensive, and that, in my view, looks like something that Levy is unwilling to fund.
We are going to find out this season for sure, Rez. That's no doubt. Rez, as always, thank you so much. Make sure you subscribe and go and check out Shelfside Spur and Bob Spur TV, everyone.
Good to see you guys.
Rez and Bob Spur.
See ya.
Take care,
See you
chaps.
Saturday.